and I'm praying this works and we don't have another freeze up. I'm gonna give it just a second for people to hop on. Hopefully I'll have some people rejoin me and you guys will have to watch two videos, part 1 and part 2. So for anybody watching the replay, my video froze completely and would not do anything. And so I had to restart. I had to completely shut my phone off and restart the whole thing. So here we are. We're back trying to do part 2. And sometimes technology sucks, as I said in the title of this video. Yay, yay, you guys are back. Yay! So yeah, the video just froze, it quit working. I shut my phone off and restarted everything. So hopefully now we can make it all the way through. Hey, Marcy. Okay, so hopefully other people will find us and join us. If you're watching this video and you're like, why are we in the middle of a card? It's because my video froze. You need to go back and watch part 1. This is part 2, and hopefully we won't have a part 3. Hopefully this is it. Okay, so back to this layer. It was cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I measured to 1 3/4 inch mark, and I cut from there to the top corner. Okay, now I am going to cut from each side 1 7/8. So I'm lining it up at the 1 7/8 inch mark, cutting, turning this, and I'm gonna go down to the, hold on, yes. I'm gonna go down to the bottom and line it up at 1 7/8 down here, just because it's easier to put against this. Yes, I'm back. Thank you guys for coming back and finding me. And this, basically we cut away, I don't know where it went, but we cut away a little strip in the middle. So then you can use these to adhere to here. All right, so back to my talk. So starter kit, yes, it is 99 bucks plus tax. The shipping is free on the starter kit, which is amazing. That's a huge savings just by itself, because a $100 order would be $10 in shipping. So you're already saving $10 in shipping. And then you get to choose that extra bundle. So people always ask me or say to me, I don't want to run a business. No, you do not have to run a business. You literally just place your own orders. If you're already ordering, then all you're doing is paying an extra 20%, basically, if you're ordering as a customer. So if you want to purchase the starter kit, you save 20%. But the best part of purchasing the starter kit, from me anyway, is that you get to be part of the lovely Stampers community. And we have an amazing community. Super uplifting, super encouraging, lots of love. We do swaps. Actually, this Friday night, if you join before Friday, you can be part of it. This Friday night, my husband and my daughter are going away. I have a Zoom event where you can get on Zoom, and everybody around the United States that's part of my team is going to get to gather together and craft. And it's free. There's no charge for it. There's nothing. Everybody's just bringing their own stuff, dinner, drinks, whatever. And we're going to sit on Zoom and we're going to visit and hang out and craft together. So those are the kinds of things we like to do. We have a bingo event happening in October, and those are all exclusive to my team. So you don't, there's some stuff I do where you have to earn a spot. There's some stuff I do that's just free. Tonight, actually, we're having our creative rally event, and we do that every single month, our creative rally. And we have team members who do demonstrations showing us how to make things. I need a piece of grid paper, guys. Hold on just one second. Just get the whole thing here. Anyway, so we have people doing demonstrations tonight and some awards and recognition for team members who do above and beyond and stuff like that. So it's super fun. Like, my community is the best. I love them dearly, and we're super tight. Like, it's awesome. So if you want to purchase the starter kit, there's a link below the video. It's a great time to do it because you get that extra free bundle, and it'll ask you when you purchase the starter kit which bundle you want. So you don't even have to stress about like looking it up or anything. Okay, so before I started this video, I stamped these in Memento Tuxedo black ink, this guy, and I cut them out. I hand cut them out because fussy cutting takes a while, and I didn't want to do that here because we're also going to color, and coloring also takes a while. So I didn't want you to be like, holy crap, this video is 100 years long. So I'm starting with Smoky Slate Dark ink on the edges of my little pedestal, and I'm going to put it underneath because that's where it would be shaded darker, and on the sides. And my goal here is to kind of make this look like a silver pedestal. Cake stand. I feel like cake stand is the better thing to call this. Okay, so do you have questions for me? Do you have questions about the starter kit? Do you have questions about my products, my crafts, what I'm doing, measurements for the card, anything? Please chat them in. So I just saw a question come in. Magda asked, do the markers have a strong alcohol smell? I mean, yeah, they're alcohol markers, so you can smell it. Like strong is so subjective. I feel like my husband wouldn't be able to smell them at all because he has a horrible sense of smell. I can smell them because I got a nose like a hound dog. So I don't know. Buy a set of them, just like 2 of them. Two markers are $9. They come in a pack. They come in a pack of light and dark Stampin' blends. So for example, like these guys, these are Smoky Slate. So you get a dark and a light. The labels are mine. I made those, and you can purchase them for $7.95 in my online store. There is a link below the video that has the little labels. It's a PDF. It's a downloadable. So you buy it, download it, print it. You can print it on copy paper or label paper, and then you can either punch them out with a 3/8" circle punch or hand cut them out, whatever makes you happy. You can use a glue dot to adhere them, however you want to do it. But that's where you can get these labels. And I have all the current colors because you'll see here, I've got polished pink, light and dark. We're going to use that in a second. All right, so this is our pedestal. So what we did is dark, light, and then I used the color lifter in the middle to kind of blend it out because you want to keep this highlight in the middle, gives a little bit of dimension. So now let's color our cake. So this is icing. It's going to be chocolate icing, thank you very much, on the top because, well, why wouldn't you have chocolate icing on the top of a cake? And I'm starting with dark cinnamon cider and going at the very bottom here because we're going to leave a highlight. And then up here, we're going to color it dark. And then I'm just going to color it all in. And we're going to kind of follow this and attempt to leave it lighter there in the center. That's going to be our goal. Okay. Any other questions for me? I am super sensitive to odors and have asthma. I can use our alcohol markers. Can't use Copics or alcohol inks though. Hey, there you go. So that's a great answer, Terry. Thank you for answering that. Okay, so this is the light cinnamon cider, and we're just going to go right over the center here. And you can see it left a little bit of a lighter spot in there. And it's just to give it just a little bit of a dimension. But if you take your marker and you go back over, you can build, that's the beauty of alcohol markers. You can build more depth of color. So I'm just kind of going over with the dark one more time. just at the top of this cake. So then you kind of get, you see what I'm saying here, right? You're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to use So Saffron for the bottom part of the cake, which would be the actual cake part. This is the icing up here. This is the cake part. Now, remember, like I said, if you want this kit, you can sign up for my club called Love and Stampin' Monthly. And there's a link below the video. I know I keep saying that, but here's the deal. Link below the video for everything I do, people. So I just keep repeating myself. So saffron, and we're gonna go up under where the icing is and make it a little bit darker. So I have, people always ask me, you know, about these markers and, you know, alcohol markers in general, things like that. I have Copic markers. I have a whole bunch of them. I can use them. I'm not great at them because they have this numbering system. So you have to learn how to use them, if that makes sense. Where with these guys, these are like what I would call a gateway drug, okay? Stampin' Blends markers are like either a beginner's alcohol marker or a lazy crafter alcohol marker, which is what I kind of am 90% of the time, just because I don't have time. So there's only 2 shades of each color, right? A light and a dark. So in this case, like I used the light, and then to give it a little bit of dimension, I'm just going to go into the bottom of each one of these candies. I guess this is like a fruit cake. I don't know what this is. A what is that Italian? I think it's an Italian cake. Panna cotta, or I don't know. Y'all can correct me. And then I've got my mint macaron for my leaves. So I'm doing the light. I'm coloring all the leaves light. The whole leaf, I should say. And then I'm coming in with the dark and just kind of going over the bottom and down the middle. Done. Donezo. But look at the like shading and stuff. It looks really good. So it's a great starter marker if you're wanting to get into alcohol markers. And it's a great way to find out if you even enjoy it. Some people don't like it. So you don't want to invest in Copic markers, which are really expensive. A set of these is $9. There's no refills. When you're done, you're done. You throw them away, you buy new ones. Copic markers are $8 to $12 for one marker, and you buy the refill, which can be $6 to $12 for the refill. So you're into every marker like 20-something bucks. Well, I guess you could be 12 to like $24 for one marker by the time you get the refill and the marker. So that's a big investment. So my point to you is, if you've never colored with alcohol markers, don't go out and buy a bunch of Copic markers thinking that you're going to be able to get results like this right out the gate, because you're not, because the way they sell them is weird. And I'm not downing them. Like I told you, I have them. I'm not downing them. You just have to, it's an investment, and you have to know that it's going to take you to some time to learn how to use them. Where these are pretty intuitive, it's a light and a dark, and you're done. It's very simple. So I'm adding dimension to one side of this cake stand because the other side is going to hang off over here. So we're just going to add that sucker down. And then I need to put some dimensionals on the back of my little cake, which is going to go on the top. And again, not over this way, because, so I kind of have to like, where's it going to go? Right here. So I want to make sure that I don't get adhesive over here, because I don't want to glue this together. Whoops. So we'll do this guy like this, and then we just have to do our sentiment. So this is a fun Christmas birthday card. Great card to give at Christmas time for somebody. I have a friend actually whose birthday is on Christmas Eve. So I feel like this would be a great birthday card for her. Okay. I don't know if I'm missing comments, so I'm going to try to. My husband would eat this cake, yellow cake with chocolate frosting. My husband's favorite is that as well, Barbara. He loves yellow cake, chocolate frosting. Okay. And then we're just going to add the sentiment right here like this. So it's almost like kind of hidden a little bit behind the cake thing. And we're just going to use our Tombow glue to adhere it down. What is the difference between alcohol versus regular? Okay, I will show you. So a regular water-based marker does a couple of different things. One, it leaves marks. So I'm gonna get a piece of paper and I'm gonna grab my couple of markers. These are Stampin' Right water-based markers, okay? So there's different things you can do with these than alcohol markers. For one, with water-based markers, you can actually color directly on a stamp and stamp it. So if you didn't want to invest in getting a bunch of ink pads right away, if you were new, you could purchase the markers and you could then have several markers where you just colored on them, because these have the brush tip and they also have a writing tip. So you can write with them or you can use them like a brush marker, which is fun. So they do this. Can't do that with an alcohol marker. And then you can color on and stamp them, okay? You can also color directly on a clear block like this. And you can use it like watercolor, like with a painter brush, okay? So then for coloring purposes, I'm gonna show you. So when you color, you see all of these lines, right? And it's gonna stay like that. It's not gonna absorb into the paper and get smooth. Where with an alcohol marker, when you color with it, you can see the smoothness. It blends together. So it's actually soaking into the paper, because you can see on the back, it actually is soaking into the paper and moving throughout the fibers of the paper to blend together. So that's how you get these like gradient ombre looks, is with alcohol markers. You cannot achieve that with a water-based marker. Now, if you want to scribble it onto, let me see if I have a pen that's got water in it. I know I do. Here we go. So you can scribble it onto a clear block, and then you can take the water and pick it up. And now you see I have color on my pen and I can color with it. See? So it gives a watercolor effect. So there is place in your craft room for both. You have to be careful with alcohol markers. Like you have to use a ink that is safe with the alcohol markers. You can't, like for example, you wouldn't want to use pigment ink, where with the water-based markers, you want to use a pigment ink. These are water-based markers. You can use, or pads. So you can use these with the alcohol markers, no problem. But if you're using like a black, you need like a pigment ink for the water. Because if I were to stamp this image with this and then use the water like I just did, it would smear that black. So you would use with the water-based, whoops, with the water-based markers, you would use Stays On ink. So that's that little tutorial. That was fun. Okay, so here's the finished card. This is a 2-part video series on how to make a tapering tri-fold card. And I actually did this one too with the painted Christmas. I just haven't added any decorations to it, but I thought it was really pretty. So measurements for all of this will be on my blog later today, along with photos and, excuse me, and a supply list. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Like I said, if you want a 20% discount on your product, purchase the starter kit. Link is below the video. And then you'll be part of my awesome, lovely Stampers community. And if you want to purchase my club and subscribe to that, there's a link below the video. We are going to, this card kit will be included for that month, for the month of August. You have till August 20th. And you'll also get this stamp set unless you don't want it, and then you can get a different one at the same value. So that's that, kids. I'll talk to y'all later. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'm sorry for the technology blips. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.